I've had a lot of people comment on my videos over the time, wondering if I could talk a little bit more about ThinkorSwim, the platform that I use when I'm trading all the time and doing my videos. So I decided to finally put something out there, and I just as quickly as I could, tried to go through every single part of ThinkorSwim that I find is important, and just kind of tips and tricks throughout the entire time. And I guarantee you, by the end of the video, if you stick the whole way through, you are definitely going to find out some things you probably didn't know about ThinkorSwim. That's going to make it a lot more efficient for you to use, a lot quicker for you to use, and you're going to fully understand exactly how you should set up your ThinkorSwim and kind of customize it to exactly how you want to do it. So stick around. I'm going to break it down for you right now. So here's the general setup that I like to use. I'll just let you know right now, behind my face here in the camera, I tucked it up smaller than I normally do. Just so you know, it's only account info behind me, so you don't need to know that anyway, and I have it blocked out. So it's just showing account info, and then down here I have news. So when you set up your ThinkorSwim program, you're gonna have this bar is gonna kind of look very similar to this, because they default into, what do you want to actually have over here. So I have the news over here. So if I click on this, the news will pop up, and I can actually go through and read the news for the day on that particular stock. And I have it linked to my main chart. So whenever I change charts, the news will change so that it can actually go. And I'll show you in a second exactly how I did that. And then down here, I have the quick chart on the SPY. So I just kind of want to see what the SPY is doing, because I like to watch that. So I have that set up. And if you want to change it, you're just going to click on the three lines there, and you can say switch gadget, and it's going to give you all the options that you can have over here. So any gadget, any box, you can switch into whatever it is that you want. So you got account info, calculator, dashboard, all that stuff, level 2, everything like that. I have it on quick chart because I like to keep an eye on the SPY. And then you can actually kind of just, see all the time what's going on. And then I have my watch list down here. So within the watch list, you can have all your custom watch lists that you have. And what's pretty cool is you can actually set up scanners over here on scan. You can actually set up scanners. So one of them I have here is beyond Bollinger vertical spreads. So things that I'm looking for that have gone beyond the Bollinger Band, and now I want to sell calls most likely above it. So I actually click just right here, PG, because I have it linked on red 1, and then it's actually going to pop up for the chart. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then down here I have trade flash, which is kind of good. Same thing, come here, I can switch gadget, and on the trade flash it actually kind of just shows like, oh, someone sold 7,000 of HYG, someone sold 3,000 HYG, the ES is, testing 4,400 to the downside. It just kind of shows me different things that are happening in the market. And sometimes it'll be like someone bought 10,000 of Google or something, and then I can kind of look into that and see, why would they do that? What's going on there? And it kind of sometimes gives me good ideas. I don't always sit there and just watch Trade Flash though, but I like to have it in the background because it can give good ideas. Now let me show you exactly how I link these charts. All you have to do is you come to your charts up here in the tab, right? So you come to your charts, and then you're just clicking on this right here, and you want to link. So I'm just going to make it red. So now anything that is tied to red is going to show up here. So then I come down to watch list, and I'm going to click on the number. And don't click yellow, blue, green, all that stuff. I just want to link it to red. So now anytime I click on, if I have, say, just opportunity, one of my opportunity lists, I can click on here, and then boom, it's going to come up. I can click on here, and it's going to come up. So it's nice, efficient that way. And basically I like to have the scanner set up, and then as things pop through on my scanner in real time, I can kind of see, oh hey, let's go look at PG. Now for me personally, I wouldn't sell calls above this, because this isn't exactly the setup you want to see. This actually might be more of a stock that's kind of making a nice move upwards. So this maybe would be something that maybe I would want to sell puts down below and have it go up. But that's not a recommendation. I'm just kind of looking at the chart quickly just to show you since I'm here. Quick tip, extra tip, that's bonus tip. So here I have charts. So I have the chart set up, and I have active traders, so that if I was day trading a little more back in the day, I have active traders set up here, and then I have my time and sales, and then I have a 15-minute chart. I like to have a 15-minute chart on any stock I'm looking at. And you can see here that it kind of changes with, you know, if I have SoFi, I'm in a position in SoFi right now, it's going well. I can actually see like, okay, on the 15-minute, what does this look like pretty quickly? And then I can kind of change throughout right over here. I can go to like a 1 minute, I can go to the 15-minute, I can go to the 5-minute, whatever it is I want, I can actually look at it. So, and then I have my level 2 down here. Now, how did I make that happen? Because if you're coming on ThinkorSwim and you're looking at this for the first time, you're just going to have kind of a blank canvas. I'm coming over here to the corner and these bars right here, and I want to say show sidebar in cells. So if I show the sidebar in the cells, now I have access and I can click time and sales. So time and sales will pop up, right? And then I can kind of customize by just going to the side of any bubble, anything, and you can kind of just move like that, okay? So if I wanted to make the chart a little bit smaller or bigger, I can move around like that, right? And I can kind of see how far can I push it here so that active trader is still available, right? So anything, you know, if I wanted to do that over here as well, I can make it bigger and smaller. So that's a good little tip. So it's very customizable in ThinkorSwim, which I like. And then I have chart and I have level 2, and then I just go through and I customize them how I have it, right? And then I do the same over here. So I can actually have like, oh, I want a chart here, right? And then when I'm done with that, since I already have it set up and I want more room, I come back to show sidebar and cells. So this is kind of really nice for me. I have a chart, I got my active trader, I have my time and sales, I can see what's going on. It shows profit and stuff like that. And then I have level 2 coming up and I have my 15-minute. So no matter what chart I'm going to, I can kind of, you know, just take a look at a chart and I can quickly see like, oh, the 15-minute, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you want to actually customize this chart, because you've probably seen a lot of grid lines in yours and it looks different with the candles and everything, I got you. I'm going to show you right now. You just come here, always look for the wheel, and you want to go to the wheel, and honestly, work your way through this entire tab system and go through everything and try to see like what is it that you want and read through every single thing. It's going to take me too long to go through that, but that's what I recommend you do. Take the time. It's going to take like an hour or so to go through everything and get it customized, but you're going to feel really good after. A couple things I want to show you though. Time access. If you go to time axis, 80 bars to the right, what that means, and I like this, what that means is you go expansion area 80 bars to the right. When you come onto a chart, if you come on the daily, if you don't like, I didn't like where you come onto a chart and it's instantly like this. So you're kind of like, oh, what's happening over here to the right? I want to see. And I just like to see the full chart. So when you do 80 to the right, it actually gives you like some room. So when you're coming onto the chart, you know, and you come like this, I can actually kind of get a better picture of what the chart actually looks like. And I have a little bit of room here to play around with, okay? The other thing I wanted to show you is appearance. So in appearance is where you're going to kind of make it look more like how I have it if you want to. And you can kind of say candle or bars, candle trend line, all that stuff. Border up, border down, and here's fill up. So if you go fill up or fill, if you don't have it, then it kind of looks like that. I like the bars to be filled up, and you can show the wicks as well. Okay, definitely show the wicks. But then down here is how I got rid of the grid. So if you have the grid on and you kind of don't like that, my eyes don't like it, I don't know, I don't like seeing the grid, I get rid of it that way. And whatever changes you make, you click apply and then okay. So that's going to make all the changes for you, but definitely click apply and then click OK. And so that's just going to kind of give you a nice appearance, and you can change the background colors and the grid colors and all that stuff, preset, everything. You can change the colors of this. It's very customizable in ThinkorSwim, which is pretty sweet. And then yeah, just work your way through. Oh, here are time frames. I can actually make my time frames. I got a minute, a 5 minute, 15 hour, day, and then max, right? Weekly. And so just play around with this and, you know, kind of see what you like. Click apply, okay. And you can customize your chart. And like I said, make the sizes bigger, this and that. Now, what's this blue and green thing here? And he's got the line on there. How the heck did he put all that on there? Let me show you. I got you. You come over here to the beaker, and you click on the beaker. This is going to be the studies. So you can have, you know, the MOBO is the thing with the green and the red that I like to use sometimes. So you go MOBO. Well, how do I get that? You can go to studies and you just type in MOBO. And then you can have the MOBO basic I have. So mobile basic, and you just click on that and add selected, and it's going to actually add the study. And you can kind of go through here, just get rid of this, and you can go through everything. What else do they have? Oh, the Klinger histogram. They have all kinds of studies that you can add. And then you can have different strategies and stuff. You could look at like, oh, a price zone oscillator, whatever it is. All these different little things, RSI, right? And you can add these strategies in, right? And then sets is things that I've set up. And the way you want to do that is once you have it all set up, I have a Bollinger Band on this, I have the VWAP, I have a moving average exponential. So you would just come to here and go moving exponential. I can add that in. And once you kind of have it all customized, if you come here to the little bar, you can customize exactly what you want in that moment. And then once you have it set, you go save as set, and you can save that set. Apply, okay, boom, you're done. And now you have your settings saved up, and you can kind of come to them every time. And down here, if you want to make volume a little bit bigger, or your RSI, I don't really use RSI a ton. I don't know why I have it there, honestly, but you know, everything's customizable, so always remember that. But this is probably one of the most important things that I really loved when I discovered it. Instead of sitting here and going, okay, I want to draw a line, right? So I come here, drawing tools, come over here to drawing a line. You got all these tools here, right? Fibonacci. And then I go price level. I come here and I draw a line. Oh, and I'll draw one at the top. Okay, now I got to delete that. Oh, shoot. So I come here, drawing tools, go back to the arrow. Okay, forget that. That takes way too long, right? And if I want to switch between studies, I got to go here to study, and then, you know, load the study set that I have saved up, right? All you have to do is come here and hover over this area just at the top of the chart, and a drop down box is going to come down, and you click on this and you can customize this drop down box. So you can actually say change the button action, and I can put in a drawing tool, a study set, or style. So what I've done is I've put in, my Bollinger Band study, my support averages that I like to look at, and then volume profile. I like to look at volume profile, so I can quickly just switch back and forth between them. And then I added in drawing sets. So if I want to draw a line, I come here, I hover over, left click, draw the line, come back, done. Way quicker than doing the whole thing I just showed you. So definitely going to save you a ton of time. So definitely load that up so that you can do that. And if I wanted to do a trend line, I could do that too, nice and easy. And you can customize this and put in whatever you want, right? So that's definitely probably the best tip I can give you in terms of making things smoother for you. And then let's go to let's go to SoFi, and I'll show you how to actually kind of maneuver with the chart. So if I'm just looking at the chart and I'm kind of like, double click will reset back to where you're originally set up, or just how you have your chart style set up. If I come over here to the right of the bar of the kind of price axis, and I hold left click, I can go up and down to make it a little bit more, different. It would mean more here, so I could kind of, but it's like, oh man, what's going on here? I can't zoom into I can't even see it. This is annoying. Double click, and then I just want to left click and drag across in this grayed area, and I'm gonna zoom in right to where I want to see it. So that's great. Well, I want to angle this a little bit better. I'm going to go down like this. Oh, maybe I want to zoom in a little bit. I left click again and hold, and I drag through, and then boom, it's going to show me exactly that area of the chart. So if you're here though, I double click and I reset, but I can't do the custom. I just want to get into there and I can't make the square over it. That's because you have to get to the custom part, you have to touch this for some reason. I'm not sure why, but that's how it is. So if I just do that, it's now going to let me customize to exactly that size. So usually I'll kind of be like, okay, double click. I'll kind of just go like this to adjust, and then boom. And then I'm zoomed in on it. And then I just want to get back out. I just double click and I reset. So that's definitely very helpful for quick movements of the chart, especially if you are day trading. You want to just kind of go like that, boom, and then boom, I can get in right close into there and then double click and get out. Okay, so hopefully that's super helpful. And then in terms of just kind of like setup, you go to setup and just play around with it, right? Application settings, and you can kind of go through general, account, orders, positions, active trader, and take the time to go through and actually like look at everything, see what's up. Over here on the tabs, you can see monitor, trade, analyze, scan, market watch. Here's where I would set up the scanner, so I can customize the scanner setting. And anytime you want to change anything, you just kind of click on this and you want to see like, okay, what does this allow me to do? Save the scans query, load the scan queries. And once you set up different scans and play around with it in this section, that's when you can kind of come over here and you can have that in your personal watch list, and it will real-time update for you, which is great. Analyze tab is pretty convoluted, but essentially with Analyze tab, that's a whole nother video. But you can really analyze, like if I say I wanted to buy some SoFi contracts right now, I can kind of see, okay, if I bought some August 4th contracts, I can kind of see how far do I need these to move to get profitable, and then how far do I really need this to go before I make any money around expiration. I needed to get all the way to 943 before I make even any money, right? I'm going to lose 470 if I sell 500 of them, and right now this is real-time profit, so as I drag over, you can see the number here. I'll make 500 bucks if this screams to 1030 today. So it kind of just gives you a good idea of the risk profile, and it comes in very handy when I'm selling options. You'll see that me use this a lot when I'm selling options. And then through here you have probability analysis, economic data. I believe ThinkBack is like creating, you can actually see how the chart performed like a while ago, and you can kind of do like paper trading. And then in fundamentals is going to quickly show you everything about the company, what it actually does, financials, price to earnings ratio, all that stuff. And people are saying sell. Yeah, right. Now, not a recommendation, but I am in SoFi and I like it so far. I mean, look at the chart. It's doing pretty decent. Hopefully we bounce off this 15 EMA and we keep ripping, but we'll see. Anyway, that's kind of going to show you that for the Analyze tab. And then in Trade is where we're going to do all of our options trading. So it's going to kind of show you what the stock price is, changes, all that, volume, everything. And then here you have the actual option chain that you can click on. So you have the trade grid. I don't use that too much, but option chain is going to do that. Today's option statistics is going to show you there's a lot more calls being bought than puts. Time in sales, it'll actually show you in real time what people are buying. Looks like someone bought 1,000 puts and someone bought 518 calls. So who's going to win that one? I don't know. And then product depth is a little advanced, but it has to do with implied volatility on the options. So on the option chain, you're going to have all the dates. So this one expires June 23rd, this one expires June 30th, and you can kind of go through and click. And then you're always going to have calls on the left, puts on the right, and you can kind of play around with what you want on here by just clicking here on layout, and you can customize this layout for whatever you want. Going to take too long if I go through all of that, but just kind of briefly showing you. And then monitor is going to be where all your positions are. I don't really want to go into that because then it's going to show all my positions, and I don't want to do that. But basically when you click on monitor, you're going to have activity and positions, and then your account statements, and that's where you're going to find all your kind of financials, how you're doing in the market, all that stuff. So that's basically that. And then in tools, I honestly never even go in here, so I wouldn't worry about that too much, but basically you can just play around. So hopefully this gives you a really great idea. The video's been going on for a while, but the biggest tips I can give is when I talked about how to move quickly like that, and definitely this hover, you definitely want to set that up because it's going to make it so much easier. Oh, and this is pretty cool. If you go to flexible grid on the charts, you can actually set it up where you have, you could have 6 charts here, and I could add in like, oh, like I want to look at Apple right now or whatever, right? And I could have, or if I have my watch list, I have my watch list out on another screen, say, and then I could kind of be like, oh, DLR, CRM, and UPS are doing well today. So I could actually add that in, DLR, and then I could add in UPS. And then to detach this screen, I can say detach, and it will actually detach this grid for me. I can put it in another screen on the side, and I can keep my eye on CRM, the SPY, Apple, whatever I want. And then I could have this chart running up here too. And I could go, oh, you know, CRM starting to pop off. I need to go take a look at that, and I can try to trade like that. So that's definitely a really cool thing to do as well. And the way you kind of set that up is by going over here and you click customize grid. And then you can actually start out, you can kind of say like, oh, put one up here, you know, and then drag, put one, you know, a side one over this way, you know, that type of thing. And you can customize it up. And then same thing as before, you can always just move the charts around to you know, keep them how you want them, and then you come back to here, customize grid, and you get rid of that, and you're going to have the little hover tools over this as well. And if you want to keep the same chart style that you set up over here, because we went through and changed the appearance and did all that stuff, you just come to this right here and you can say load style, main chart style, and it's going to load the same style that you had before, so it's going to save you a ton of time. At this point, I've given you so many tips and tricks on ThinkorSwim. I hope you find it interesting, and it's going to set you on the right path to getting a little bit quicker with ThinkorSwim, kind of understanding how you might want to set it up and how customizable it is. Thanks for sticking around this long. I had a lot of people messaging me saying like, I really want to learn more about ThinkorSwim, so I finally did it for you. If you don't mind, send a like or subscribe if you found some value, and I'll catch you on the next one.